Bad doing fine.
Infamous, show us that you're black again.
Show us that you're black again. Show us that you're black again.
Bro, I don't need it.
Do they be looking
Bro, I'm not
at
in a
stuff?
zoo, man.
Why would they do that?
Show us that you're black again.
Be like it's some kind of zoo animal, man.
Governor, he doesn't care.
He's an infamous.
How many more people are gonna freaking die?
Show us that you're black again.
How many more people are gonna go homeless?
Let me get the bad doing fine.
And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system that we live in? And these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor who fucking doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to uncover this fraud. This is some crazy ass work. We have to uncover this fraud.
For exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all of the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years.
Because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving, and mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever, and there's never, ever, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've...
These Somalis are riding good, aren't they? These Somalis are riding good off the government, off the scam, crazy work. So they're trying to run a transportation service. Well, what's on paper underneath the Secretary of State, this transportation service. Meanwhile, they're using it for personal use. That's some crazy work.
I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles. I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco, they're going to Sam's Club, they're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're gonna go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first, David. All right, let's go. So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for...
Since 2015, ladies and gentlemen, they've been scamming since 2015. That's some crazy work.
For a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. Okay, so the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here. 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't.
No transportation. What's transportation is the funds into their account because they're scamming. Ain't no Safari Transportation. More like Safari scam.
I be trying to laugh with the bros. Don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office, state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered.
So underneath the Secretary of State, and shout out to David, the gentleman to the right, he is showing receipts underneath the Secretary of State listed under a transportation service, but there are money transfer in reality. It's some crazy work.
Here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find FRUAD. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607 Cedar Avenue.
We're just looking for Safari Transportation.
We don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know. That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation
no,
is.
we don't know.
Did you
Okay.
know?
We don't know. We only know how to scam. That's all we know to do. We don't know. We don't know. How are we supposed to know? We come to America to scam. What are you talking about, Safari Transportation Service? What are you talking about? We the scammers, not transportation.
So the business is not here.
Don't cut.
FRUAD Omar?
FRUAD Omar?
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
Money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this is
registered.
from the state.
This is fraud taking place.
Money transfer, but underneath the Secretary of State, it is a transportation service. That's some crazy work.
This is supposed to say, this is for
Go
Safari
find out.
Transportation.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, State of Minnesota.
2015. Oh, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the State of Minnesota website today.
Sir,
This is from today. I just printed this off today. FRUAD Omar.
go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's not Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a fraudulent business.
Did you see Safari anything here?
Exactly.
Did you see?
Exactly. It's not
Did you see
here.
it?
Why is he charging up a customer like that?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
He walks in your establishment. He's asking, is this Safari Transportation Service? And you're talking about, do you see Safari anywhere here? Do you see any Safari?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
It's a fraud.
Did you see, sir?
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to the next
Okay.
address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617, another transportation company. However, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right
Dreamline
here.
Transportation for the State of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to.
So underneath the Secretary of State, it's listed as something completely different. They pull up to the location and it's a liquor store. That's some crazy work.
Hide that these are transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Let's go ask.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that, sir?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
No.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation.
Safari
Maybe there,
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never did. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there, that's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
Yes, we only know how to scam. That's all we know how to do. Money wire? Yes. We transfer. We scam. That's what we do. We scam us. My guy that's the most peaceful Somali thus far throughout this documentary, because they have been very aggressive. And hit dogs holler because why are you shouting if you got nothing to hide? But yet all the paperwork got stolen. All the checkbooks got ripped apparently by whoever the boy that they sent out in front of the masses. Crazy work.
Programs, who's getting the federal funding. And because of the increased oversight and the auditing, one of the daycare centers are saying, hey, you know, we don't have the paperwork anymore. Take a listen.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book. This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation company.
We said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Good morning. Hey, we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. Have you ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask next door.
He said to ask here. That you would know.
Ask next door. This is a mailbox. It's not what it's called.
So
That's some crazy work. So they can't even put the scam underneath a actual company. They pull up to a mailbox, ladies and gentlemen. These Somalis are scamming so much. This pyramid scheme is out of control. They're scamming through the mailbox.
Streamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox.
That's like putting a car underneath a mailbox. That's some crazy work. The scam is out of control. Imagine pulling up to a location thinking it's a business underneath the Secretary of State just to find out a mailbox.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607 Safari Transportation doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How you doing, man?
Reliable ITT service. They're just naming anything at this point. ABC 123 daycare service. This scam the money wire transfer. Crazy work. And what's crazy work as well, ladies and gentlemen, is that the person that's suffering is the American U.S. citizen, the taxpayer. Millions among billions of dollars has been unaccounted for, being transported through the airport, through TSA. My question is, who did they pay off in TSA to allow that money transfer to go through? Because if I'm not mistaken, TSA is extremely strict. You can't even pass open containers lotion through TSA, let alone millions of dollars. Stop the cap.
Sure.
Why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking your community by any means.
Are you making good money from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No,
for instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607? It's not there. And why don't you answer?
How much money are
why don't you answer?
Why is he worried about his pockets talking about how much money are you making from this YouTube video? How about you have that same energy towards showing the proper documentation that you're not a scammer? Because Somalis, y'all in the hot seat right now. Y'all in the kitchen. But you want to come up with excuses, bringing out that skinny ass boy talking about your checkbooks got stolen and the documentation got stolen. Stop the cap. But you want to go attack a journalist on the street talking about how much money are you making? Are you trying to scam him too? Are you trying to rob him too?
How much I'm spend profiling?
The question, where's 617 Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That my job
and attacking
is
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the reason why
fraud,
this is
sir.
happening. All right, let me tell you the reason why.
Fraud is fraud,
this.
correct?
Yes.
He said he's attacking the Somali community. No, he's exposing the Somalis that scamming out their teeth. They can't even get the spelling on the building correct. Talking about quality learning center with no N in learning. That's some crazy work.
I gave it all for
nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
fraud.
absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
Oh wow! Now he's moving the goalpost, talking about it has everything to do with being Muslim. What?
What?
That's some crazy work. The victim mindset, the manipulation is at an all-time high. Imagine scamming. You have nothing else to take the attention away from the scam. So now you're talking about it's because I'm Muslim. No, Allah, the God who you serve, Allah did not tell you to scam, my friend.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Allah did not tell you to misspell learning and quality learning center.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
All right, and us being from Africa, this is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here,
yo, show the documentation, all the allegations, all the defamation will be put to rest because men lie, women lie, numbers do not lie. You can show proof that you are legit. But you want to attack a journalist on the street talking about it's a hate crime on Muslims? Stop the cap.
Change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. You're talking.
When I go onto your comments,
My comments.
what I see is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You are you're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community. All right, you're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that
answer
can
the question. Where is the transportation vehicle company?
Jeopardize
answer the question.
The safety and the protection of the Somali community.
We're talking about fraud.
Anything happens to the Somali
community. We're talking about fraud.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching you.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud. We're talking about fraud.
What you're doing.
You're defending fraud.
When I go into your comments,
you're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims want us out of here.
People can say what they want.
Muslim.
He's worried about YouTube comments. No, you need to go find those checkbooks, those receipts. You need to go find the proper documentation to show that you are not a scam, because right now, Somalis in Minnesota, it's looking real bad, and they're freezing the bank accounts. They can't even leave the country. So I would, in the best interest of Somalis, instead of trying to attack a journalist, how about you find those checkbooks to clear the name of Somalis that you're not a scammer? Why would you attack a journalist on the street talking about it's a hate crime, reading the YouTube comments? So you're so busy looking at YouTube comments, but you don't have that same energy to clear your name that you're not a scammer. Crazy word.
Censoring anybody.
Using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material.
Islamophobes use your material. So this man is really offended that Somalis is getting cooked on the internet. But once again, all the allegations can be put to rest if you show the documentation. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Simple as that. And everybody that was attacking Somalis will be cooked because numbers don't lie. But you want to go backdoor and go on the news, sending your 1 penny a day, send a donation boy in front of the news talking about the checkbooks got stolen, it got ripped, and all this other nonsense.
Made this all happen.
So I want to say I don't understand why they have to turn it around and say, why are you targeting this Somali community? That's not what they're doing. They're targeting this Leering Center.
Material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud.
We're
asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims. We're talking about fraud. We're talking about fraud.
Why are you attacking us?
Nobody hates Muslims. Stop trying to move the goalposts. Gaslighting at its finest, manipulation at its finest. This guy's talking about you hate Muslims. It has nothing to do with Muslim. It has nothing to do with the skin color, black, white, orange, blue, purple. It has everything to do with you scamming the American taxpayer dollar, the hardworking American taxpayer dollar. Ladies and gentlemen, for the people that don't even watch the news, the first time hearing this, they're upset. Because imagine paying your taxes just to find out these Somalis are coming into America and stealing the. But we have to understand it's not just the Somalis, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pyramid scheme. They're just getting the heat, the shitting of the stick, but it's way more than just the Somalis. They can't even get the spelling on the building right. How are they going to come up with the whole scheme to scam? Stop the cap.
I gave it all for friends.
Are we the only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only?
You're the only community that's getting caught and getting exposed.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Under Tim Walz, and it's just so happened he resigns. That's some crazy work. He resigns, so your ringleader is gone, and now you're running around attacking journalists on the street, talking about hate crime on Muslims, reading YouTube comments. Islamophobes are getting their shit off because Nick Shirley's exposing the scam. Stop moving the goalposts. Nick Shirley's exposing not because you're Muslim, but because you're a scammer. And just so happen you're Somali. If it was any other race, it wouldn't matter. A scam's a scam. It's crazy. The manipulation is some crazy work.
Community that does this.
This is about fraud.
All right, but there's what, 300 Somali providers in all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Don't keep talking. Don't go close.
So,
Do you speak English?
transportation companies.
Don't go close.
Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race issue.
Your security doesn't even. His attention is on the wrong things. Why is he worried about if security speaks English? You see the gaslighting?
I gave it all for fantasy.
Talking about the security doesn't speak English. His attention, he's focused on the wrong things. You need to be focused on clearing your name. You need to be focused on what we can do to stop the hate towards Somalis. Because right now in Minnesota, Somalis, man, it's looking real bad right now.
Listen,
This is about fraud.
We have what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a.
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the same?
This man pulled up to a journalist talking about hate crime on Muslim. First of all, how did you even find him? I'm pretty sure they called him, the people that's working these scam shops. They say, yo, we getting hunted again. And now they pulling up. They pulling up to attack him. But if you have that same energy to pull up, once again, have that energy to show the documentation that you're not a scammer. That's it.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You have 80,000 people.
We're not
because of fucking 2,000 providers. Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're
Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass
Listen.
shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you.
Okay, man. Gaslighting. He's talking about mass shooting. Stop the cap. Gaslighting at an all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. This is not making you look any better.
If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick fucking Shirley.
This is about
if
fraud.
One single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's because
sir.
of you. Sensationalizes. You son of a bitch. Sensationalizes.
Wow, you're very
Get the fuck
nice.
out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck out of
company
our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here. Calm down, sir.
Who are you to say get the fuck out? You're telling a white team man to get out of America? What?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I be trying to laugh with the
Bro,
bros.
I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Sir.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sir, this is about fraud.
You wanted clicks?
You're
You got
sensationalizing
clicks.
yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted YouTube?
Tell me where the transportation vehicle is.
Clicks. You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the transportation
Get the fuck out of our
vehicle is.
community.
Tell me where the. This is about fraud.
This is. Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to
What does scam have to do anything with religion? Once again, Allah, the God who the Muslims serve, has nothing to do with scamming. Allah did not tell you how to scam. Allah did not tell you to misspell the word Quality Learning Center with no N in learning.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and
want to change the
freedom of
Constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me.
Relax.
That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Get the fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
What you mean get the F out? Once again, he's the white man. You telling him to get out of America as a Somali? What? That doesn't even make sense. You telling a white man to get out of America? That's some crazy work, bruh.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now. All right, we're going. We're going. But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion.
No, there's no transportation company. There's only scams. That's what's going on.
This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business.
Gaslighting. It has nothing to do with being Muslim. It has nothing to do with being black. It has everything to do with being a scammer, stealing the taxpayers' money, millions upon billions. was crazy work. I think they could have got away with it, but their greedy ass just kept on stealing and kept on scamming so much they can't even get the spelling on the building correct. That's some crazy work.
Was there or operating and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online. It's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations...
Lady, hold on. They're getting $1.3 million a day from those 2. So the mailbox... that's supposed to be a transportation company. I be trying to laugh with the bros. And the money laundering place that's supposed to be Safari Transportation, those 2 locations alone get 1.3. And how many other locations in Minnesota are scamming underneath the Treasurer of State? That's only 2 locations. Yo, that's some crazy work. Only 2 locations. Meanwhile, the U.S. citizen, he has to work his ass off just to survive, but these Somalis are sitting on their ass, don't even know what Nick Shirley's talking about Safari Transportation Service. They ain't even heard of that. They only know money transfer scam. That's what they know. I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud. All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go.
Pulling up to the lit. That's some crazy work, bruh. Pulling up to a business underneath the Secretary of State, and it's a mailbox. They're scamming so much, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine pulling up to something that's supposed to be a business, and it's nothing but mailboxes. But yet they're getting millions of dollars wire transferred through that company. So what's going on?
Talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare, childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing.
So they're supposed to be, these Somalis are supposed to run a transportation service, but the vehicles are not even being moved. But they're using these vehicles for personal use, going to the groceries, running their errands with not a single client in the car. That's some crazy work. And who was the victim here, ladies and gentlemen? The United States citizen taxpayer working his ass off. Meanwhile, he's getting scammed by Somalis. So let me know in the comment section, what is your take on the situation? Should these people be deported back to where they came from? I believe they should be prosecuted in the United States, because if they go back to their homeland, what is the consequence at the end of the day?
To show for. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here,
They ain't worried about that. They're only checking their bank account when the next money wire scam transfer is going to come through. That's what these Somalis are worried about. They ain't trying to remove no snow from the windshield.
Here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Silver Mountain Home Healthcare Co. These people really scamming, bruh. That's some crazy work.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Silver Mountain Home Healthcare.
Yeah. So when we talk about how all these companies,
Silver Mountain scammer,
are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that. And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare.
Adult day services, intensive resident treatment, PCA, community first, adult mental health, non-emergency medical transport, housing. They're scamming out their minds, ladies and gentlemen.
Programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult.
Nah, they're taking bread away from autism. These scammers are soulless. How do they sleep at night taking bread away from autism?
Daycares and healthcare services, they need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail.
Bro, it's not a single client in that vehicle. But it's supposed to be used for a transportation company. So why is the car moving if not a client in the car?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
By saying they're moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service.
To bill as much as they could to make more money, regardless of whether they whether they perform the work. To bill them as much as possible, regardless if they perform the work, is some crazy work.
At the healthcare provider, but that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota.
New Year. Like many Minnesotans, I have to tell you, I was glad to turn the page on 2025.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Difficult year for our state, and it ended on a particularly sour note. For the last several years, an organized group of criminals have thought...
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain, Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain...
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is.
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
Where is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay, so Silver Mountain does not exist.
You were
no, the name's not Silver Mountain. It's just Silver Mountain.
Don't ask me that. When you come.
All right,
so
sir. Well, so Silver Mountain does not exist.
You're making a business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay, sir.
people.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain?
I don't know
Home
where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. All right, we're moving on.
You don't know where Silver Mountain is because your boss didn't tell you that he is scamming underneath Silver Mountain. And that's what I don't understand as well, ladies and gentlemen. If they're going to scam these law officials, these government officials, why would you not inform the Somalis if somebody pulls up to your place of business, tell them it's Silver Mountain, etc. Tell them it's Safari Transportation. The government officials didn't even inform the Somalis what's going on. That's how much you're scamming. They don't even give 2 F's to cover their tracks. They think they're Gucci. They think they're just sweet. It's just sweet like that to scam millions and billions of dollars and not inform the Somalis just in case somebody wants to investigate if it's true or not. They got comfortable. Now they're getting exposed.
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home
I can't
Healthcare?
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right.
Why do these Somalis have so much influence in Minnesota? Like, what's going on? Like, damn.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
There, all these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses That business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a...
Yo, they're just pulling up on a guy, and it just so happened to be a transportation car, but not a client in the car. He's trying to run errands. He's about to go to his local grocery store and pick up food for tonight. I be trying to laugh with the bros. But once again, the victim is the U.S. citizen, the hardworking U.S. citizen that pays their taxes, that does right, finds out they're getting scammed by Somalis. Millions of billions of dollars. And what's crazy work, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this video, there's a TSA worker that said the lowest amount he's seen go through the airport was $750K out of suitcase.
Driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. That the reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't because they...
Absolutely. Hit dogs holler. You don't have to do all that rah-rah, pulling up to dudes in the middle of the snow talking about hate crime on Muslims. It has nothing to do with being Muslim. That's some crazy work. You're trying to hide the elephant in the room. You're scamming. You're being accused of scamming. How you can kill those allegations. Show the documentation that you are legit. Simple as that. But you want to put pretend kids in daycare. Meanwhile, you can't even get the spelling right in the daycare. I be trying to laugh with the bros.
No, we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense. So, in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the
Muhammad Malim, more like Muhammad Scammer. I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there. We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here.
That's super sketchy. How is it an LLC, a business, without a sign? So you're running a business without a sign? How does that make sense? I'm just trying to understand, ladies and gentlemen. So they're scamming, but they're not crossing their T's and dotting their I's. It's just very loosey-goose. They're not very strategic. They're not really informing the Somalis what's going on. They're getting exposed, as they should. It's not secure at all. So much so, never in my lifetime have I seen something like this, ladies and gentlemen. Like, how long has this been going on? And the darkness is going to be exposed. I just hope that, because once money is involved, I mean, money talks. So I don't think people like Tim Walz is going to be persecuted. I don't think he's going to get the prison time that he deserves. Let me know in the comments, do you think Tim Walz is going to pay his way out of jail, or is he going to get justice?
And anyone here, looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonia Transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago.
Okay, 305, there was actually a transportation service, the man said. Okay, so somewhat they was trying to go through the scam, and what happened?
He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month at IF, so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here, they're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
And for instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started to be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there was no.
So since the fraud has been exposed, Muhammad has left the scene.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Are we surprised? Muhammad is out of there. Talking about 2 times a month, barely showing up. Only a couch in the office. It doesn't even have a sign outside, but it's an LLC. Sloppy work.
Never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles.
So that's his little office, 305, and he's supposed to run a transportation service, but it's not a single vehicle underneath that business. LLC, but they're getting millions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy work.
According to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we'd either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 28.
David, the gentleman to the right, said he tried to get a ride from these Somalis. And they're talking about they're all full.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
What you mean all full? The vehicle's not even moving out the parking lot. There's no tire tracks in the snow. Nobody's using these vehicles for business. Talking about, no, so sorry, our services is full, we're booked. Stop the cap.
33 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis, and there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advanced Mobility Incorporated.
Advanced Mobility, more like an advanced wire transfer scammer.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
So when these 2 individuals, Nick Shirley and David to the right, goes to these business underneath the Secretary of State, it's the complete opposite in reality. And these Somalis don't even know the name underneath the Secretary of State. So that's what I don't understand. If they're going to run a scam, why would you not inform the Somalis? If somebody pulls up, tell them this is the name of the business. They don't even give 2 Fs. That's how easy it was to scam out of Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen. They saw the loopholes and they finessed millions of billions of dollars. Money to transfer from Atlanta all the way to Dubai is some crazy work.
What's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
And so we're going to go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is
They've been scamming since 1999.
Advanced Mobility 2833, boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're going to see if we can.
Man, at this point, it's the Somali trap house at this point. It's the Somali trap house. They're blocking out the windows. They're putting wooden boards on the windows, and it's supposed to be a business. And nobody had any questions prior to Nick Shirley exposing this fraud. How come no news broadcaster is doing what Nick Shirley is doing now? That's some crazy work. A YouTuber is exposing this.
We can go inside. There's a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop.
That's the scammer palace. That's the scammer palace.
Let's see. Advanced Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility here?
Do you know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where advanced mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Do you guys know where advanced mobility is?
Advanced mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
It's the first time these Somalis are hearing about advanced mobility. When the higher ups, the people, the pyramid scheme, are supposed to inform the Somalis what's going on. So it's their first time hearing about some advanced mobility scheme or safari transportation service. They never heard of these things. They just know about money transfer, wire transfer, and scamming, walking in sandals with open toes out.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
What is this? What is that? Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for advanced mobility. Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for advanced mobility. Nobody can help us right now. We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for advanced mobility.
We don't care about
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're pushing us out of here. Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're
We don't care about advanced mobility. You're exposing a scam. You're exposing a trap house scammer palace.
asking for.
Get out, get out.
Would you like that? Give a statement on where advanced mobility is.
Nope, go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley, sir.
I don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care. We don't care
Minnesota.
about that. Get out of here.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here. Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the...
Imagine trying to do a Uber Eats order, DoorDash order, or just trying to find a location, and they tell you the location starts with 2, usually indicate that's the second floor, but you pull up to that business and it's a one-story.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
These Somalis don't care. They're just writing down anything at this point, pulling up to a business, and it's nothing but mailboxes, running a whole scam, $1.3 million daily, and the business is a mailbox.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
Ray's Transportation Scam, LLC.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicles. We'll see what happens. This is the address for Ray's Transportation. See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's just
healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
Well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because they're...
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Jasper says, now these Somalis are rolling into the most fancy restaurant. They don't do no Uber Eats.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Yeah, Uber Eats is below them. They didn't even know how to spell Uber. They can't even spell Quality Learning Center right, let alone Uber.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Uber is beneath them. They only know scamming. Millions of dollars? Yo, they kings around here. And they big mad because all the money that they've been scamming is at a frozen status right now. $750 million is frozen in these Somali bank accounts plus.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
So now these Somalis better do something because royalty is going straight to ramen noodles if they can't afford ramen noodles.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
There can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change. Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like...
And even as we make progress in the fight against the fraudsters, we now see an organized group of political actors seeking to take advantage of a crisis.
Spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, the false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should get in your car
because you should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair.
Yeah,
you cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
You cannot be coming in the community and be doing that. You exposing a scam. How dare you expose the scam? You cannot be coming in the community.
We need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
It all for fantasy.
Hey, the false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should get in your car because
you should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not.
What's the misinformation that you're scamming? That you sent your boy in front of the masses, in front of the news, talking about your checkbooks got stolen, the paperwork got stolen to show that you are a legit company. What is he showing? Because women lie, men lie, numbers don't. So all the allegations can be put to rest if you show the paperwork. But you wanted to pull up talking about misinformation. What misinformation? He just recording the scam. Y'all talking about you don't know what this and that is. I'm sorry. The white T-man didn't inform you about the scam, and now you're getting exposed.
Fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean.
No, what's not fair is that the United States citizen that's paying taxes is getting scammed out of millions of billions of dollars for Lord knows how long they've been getting scammed. Imagine going to work doing what's right. Meanwhile, Somalis, these certain individuals, not all Somalis, but a lot of y'all in Minnesota, a lot of y'all in Minnesota are living good and not having to lift a finger, but to put the pin in your bank account to check the scam, to check the money wire transfer that's getting put into your account. That's the hardest thing that you got to do is to check your bank account. That's some crazy work. Meanwhile, the American taxpayer is working his ass off while you benefit. Stop the cap.
You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
So he's mad that the scam is getting exposed and going out to eat is now at a halt. He can't take his girl out to the finest restaurants. They're going to have to live life on a budget like everybody else.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Country's built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening.
You cannot be coming in the community exposing the scam. How dare you come in the community?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is defamation.
How is it misinformation?
This is misinformation. This is defamation.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy here.
Hey. You keep the false narrative that you be going on is a nonsense.
You should get in your car
you should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country's built on fairness. You're not being fair. You cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
Governor, we got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is defamation.
How is it misinformation?
This is misinformation. This is defamation.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Stop the cap.
Sir, it's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
You're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from? You talk about you coming everywhere. Where you coming from? He's exposing business after business, scam after scam, talking about you coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
You can't. It's Southside. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. The guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road.
You talk about this south side, this my turf. These Somalis turn this to a trap house.
That's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come. It's a very tight knit.
You talking about they're passionate people. He's shook for his life, ain't he? See, the thing is, Nick Shirley, when he leaves, he has security. The guy with the hoodie, he doesn't have security, so he's playing politics. He was just trying to have his 15 seconds of fame. He knows he's going to be on the internet. He didn't know somebody was going to pull up and do all that. So now he's shook. He's a peaceful guy. He's just trying to buy his 99-cent Swish of Sweet and call it a day.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection. So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no...
Damn, he don't pull the black card down, buddy. Talk about you're a black guy. This is not about race. They're black. You're a black guy. Man, Nick Shirley talking about keep it 10 toes down, man. Aren't you the black guy? Why are you folding?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
My guy couldn't even speak anymore. Nick Shirley had to cut that short.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
He was so shook he couldn't even talk.
I gave it all for fantasy.
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out.
How you writing checks for companies that don't even exist? What? That's some crazy work.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's...
It's not a race issue. It's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right, and so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs, and we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies, that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have a no...
Crescent Transportation, more like Crescent Scam. Stop the cap.
Vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no sign.
They pulled up to an apartment complex, and it's supposed to be Crescent Transportation. What? Yeah, so at this point, they don't care what they put down on paper. They're just running out of ideas. ABC Learning Center without the N in learning. Safari transportation service, but it's a money laundering business. They don't care. And I think, honestly, they didn't think they was going to get caught. That's the thing. That's the crazy work about it.
signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex.
Jay, go Texas, man. Hopefully the Texas can win tomorrow, but most definitely I am going to play whatever I want to play. So it is what it is.
So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud?
You talking about nope?
Taking place here in Minnesota.
I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you
prosecute their ass? Take their ass to jail, man. That guy went straight to the point. Simple as that. Take their ass to jail.
Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no signage of any Crescent Transportation Company. Once again, another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
So this guy probably resides at this apartment complex. He never seen no damn Crescent Transportation Service.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's the apartment complex.
I just said I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they still go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that.
This man brought his daddy into the situation, talking about my daddy he ain't like none of them. Tim Walz, man.
I don't want to mince words here. Donald Trump and his allies in Washington and in St. Paul and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want...
How is he going to use the same mouth talking about Donald Trump is trying to make this a nasty place when he's scamming billions of dollars out of Minnesota, money going unaccounted for? Crazy world.
Apartment complex.
Right, and so the cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't any. Crescent, I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
So even if there were a legit company, you couldn't even park the cars at an apartment complex to begin with. So once again, these are ghost companies. I don't know if the Secretary of State, they talk about transportation this, money transfer that. In reality, it doesn't exist. Meanwhile, the taxpayer is suffering, ladies and gentlemen. That's the crazy work about it. The taxpayer is doing what's right. And these Somalis are profiting. They're capitalizing off the hard work of the American people's back. So once again, let me know in the comments, do you think the Somalis should be persecuted in the United States or should they be deported? I think they should be persecuted through the judicial system in the United States, because how are they really going through something if they get deported?
More fraud taking place here.
So this is called Hopkins Child Care Center. This facility is licensed to hold 118 children. So this should be a really big facility. And this year alone, they have received $2.25 million from the state of Minnesota. And last year, they received $1.92 million from the state of Minnesota. And this facility, in the past 5 years, has been in the top 10 for the most money received from the state of Minnesota.
So there should be plenty of children. There should be footprints of children walking in and out.
This should be a very busy place, yes.
So this right here is Hopkins Child Care Center. They're receiving over $2 million a year. All of the windows are completely blacked out. You can't even get in. And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into the store. And it's locked, midday right now. This is the back side of the daycare. We're ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello, sir. How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out. Okay, listen. Get out. This is our business.
Each other,
okay? What are you looking for?
We don't care what you do on the parking lot.
Go this side. This private.
I can be here in the parking lot.
No. You don't be here.
Wait, can we ask you about the daycare? It's all right. It's all right. Can we ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not racist.
You have to live here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing.
$2.25 million.
Get out, you guys. Get out.
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is a business.
Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to
get out.
We just want to ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out.
You say get out of here, man.
Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out, man. No. Get out. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
Get out.
Can you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question. You guys, get out.
You can't answer the question.
Get out. No. Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
How you gonna ask who are you? He answers, and then you respond, you don't give a shit. What?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
My second question is, you're supposed to be a daycare service. Why is it only man running a daycare service? What logical human being is going to enroll their child with nothing but man in a blacked out trap house daycare service?
Could you answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's the need for $2.25 million for a daycare?
No. $1 million. Don't worry about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for 118
Get out.
children.
Get out.
But I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children here.
Get out. Guys, get out. No, you're asking nothing, man.
I'm just asking you about what we're seeing here.
Yo, he's reacting like a puppy, like a little chihuahua. That chihuahua that you be provoking. Crazy word.
No, get out. Get out our business. Get out.
Sir,
this is my property.
You have millions of people watching right now. Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million? And where are the 118 children?
Get out.
Sir, I'm just asking a simple question.
Get out. No, you don't ask me any question. Get out.
You have the opportunity to answer the question.
No. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out our business, man. Get out. Get out, motherfucker. Get out.
Sir,
get out.
Just answer the question.
So he's saying the same thing over and over and over again, but he's trying to enroll his kid, his imaginary kid, Joe, into this daycare service. But you have your building trapped out, you have your building blacked out, and it's nothing but man that's supposed to be running this daycare service.
Oh, no. Get out. No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Hey, don't touch me. You touch me.
You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of any children around here. No footprints of any children. They can't even answer the question. We gave them so many opportunities. We gave them plenty of opportunities to just answer some simple questions. Millions of people are watching right now.
They came out with guns blazing. All we want to know is where are the children? 118 children. No footprints in the snow. All of their vehicles were sitting there with 2 feet of snow on them. They haven't moved in months.
The windows are all blacked out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at all these daycares. 4 men came out. Yet they couldn't answer the simple question. We had it right here. 118 children. $2.25 million this year.
Welcome to Minnesota.
Now this daycare center, how much money has this one received?
So this child care center is called FRUAD Child Care Center, and it's in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, which is a very high income area. It's a further out suburb from Minneapolis, but there are a lot of multi-billion-dollar homes right in this neighborhood. And this child care got $1.25 million in funding in fiscal year 2025. It got $1.08 million last year. It opened in 2021. Let's go see if we can find any kids.
There should be at least 40 children here. Looking at the snow prints, does not look like there's any snow prints of any young children. And all of these windows are completely blacked out. Let's see if we could just talk to somebody. Could I enroll my son Joey into daycare here? Well, do you have a paper?
What you mean that's the wrong question? You're running a daycare service. He just asked you, can he enroll his kid Joey? And you want to respond, that's the wrong question? What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Paperwork where I can enroll a child. Oh, my name's Nick Shirley. I was wondering if I could enroll a child. I have a son named Joey.
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
So where you come from?
Yeah, I'm just coming out, seeing if I could enroll my child, Joey. We just want to get a statement as to why this daycare needs $1.26 million, and if it's even possible to enroll somebody like my child, my imaginary child, Joey. No, you guys can't give a clear statement, or could you even give me a paper to enroll a child into the daycare? Just to show that you guys are a legit business.
Why would we do that? Because you're running a business. What you talking about? Why would we do that? You're talking about you're running a child daycare service with your windows blacked out. I mean, to each his own, privacy. He's asking, can he enroll his kid? And you're talking about why would we do that? What?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Debunk all claims if you could just give me a piece of paper saying where to enroll a child. You can't do that. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. They can't even do it. One of the big talks about the fraud is about Quality Leering Center. It's a daycare that has received $1.9 million. It's licensed for over 99 children. And instead of Quality Learning, it says Quality Leering Outside. But the big controversy about the Quality Leering Center is that some...
How they scamming so much they can't get the spelling on the building right?
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
And Nick Shirley and the gentleman to the right, David, they capitalize off the misspelling of these Somalis. They're wearing hoodies, talking about Quality Learning Center with no N. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to have to copy these jerseys, these hoodies, because it's cold. It's cold outside.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
How you don't get the spelling on the building right? But when it comes to scam, that's unchecked. That's some crazy work.
Somalians, after the video went live, they all of a sudden started shuffling children into the daycare, but at the same time, the Commissioner of Children of Minnesota was on a live stream saying they had closed the daycare a week ago.
Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago.
How much money has this place all received? And what's...
This is the one that's licensed for 99 children. This fiscal year, they've received $1.9 million. And in fiscal year 2024, they had received about $2.2 million. So about $4 million in the last 2 fiscal years.
We're repping the Quality Leering Center, 1-800-FRAUD, as now...
Imagine pulling up to a business with the hoodie of that business and the spelling is...
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Talk about troll at its finest. Pulling up to the business with the hoodie, with that business on your hoodie, and they can't get the spelling right. Talking about Quality Learning Center with no N in learning.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
It had been confirmed that this place was closed down, and now they're shuffling children into the daycare.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
Oh, she said a week ago.
And now, magically, it's full of cars.
Where did he come from? They're on high alert.
So how...
The white man is here. The white man is here. Act like we're for real and not a scam. The white man is at our business.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
Can it be closed if people are coming and going?
Fraud. Why do you have everybody?
Yeah. Okay, this is the owner right here.
They can record. Okay.
So you guys can record. So how come they said this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that.
You can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare, do it. Hey, not at the daycare, doing the middle finger, though.
Wow, putting the middle finger at a daycare. They don't care. They know it's a scam. There's no kids in there. And even if there are kids, they found those kids on the street and paid them $5 to stay there for 2 hours.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
We have like 100 cameras on it. Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then this...
While the owner of that daycare service was celebrating with the mayor. That's not a coincidence.
This lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside of the restaurant, and she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor FRUAD. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happened in locations like Quality Learning Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events. What's your message, people, on the fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up.
You said the owner looked like
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
They're trying to cover their tracks. So let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
David popping his shit. Talk about 100K. If you can prove that you're not a scammer.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way, anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here?
Hey, the fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, is crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Walz, you gotta...
What? You can't say too much, you're already too hot. What's this guy talking about? No. Let's keep it a being. What you mean to say is that you reside in Minnesota, you don't have security like Nick Shirley, and you're scared for your well-being. So you can't talk too much in front of the camera. What's talking about? You can't say too much. You're already too hot. This is not America's Most Wanted, my guy. You're not a fugitive. What you mean you're already too hot? I be trying to laugh with the bros. These people are scared to speak up in Minnesota. I'm peeping that. They're terrified. Somalis have turned Minnesota to a trap house.
You gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. So
should Tim Walz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA. And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And my recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this, then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from
$750K is the smallest amount they're transferring out these airports. That same money is a taxpayer, hardworking taxpayer money. But these Somalis are capitalizing, they're profiting at the hard work of their American taxpayer. Meanwhile, he's sitting on his ass, putting his password in his bank account, looking at the money wire transfer being sent through. Crazy work.
$1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was As far as I can remember, there was always two individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this. A week where there would be somebody flying, two people flying out with $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 or $5 million twice a week, every week, without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai, and then apparently what I had heard was it was too busy or too dangerous.
Flying from Atlanta to Dubai with hard cash, flying from Atlanta to Dubai with millions of dollars on that plane. The taxpayers is the one that's the true victim here, ladies and gentlemen.
Just to go any further with it, so they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow, so they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai, and then from Dubai they then wire the money.
Correct. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
That's some crazy work, ladies and gentlemen. And Tim Walz, this man wants to resign.
To take away much of what makes Minnesota.
I be trying to laugh with the bros.
They've already begun trying to withhold funds.
Minnesota that we live in, and these politicians are just walking off thinking it's okay Tuesday, and they want to go visit the Trump, they want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off. We have a governor, he doesn't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it to this point of the video, do me a favor and like the video. How you like the video is to double tap the screen. Also, subscribe to this platform so you will be notified when I do go live. We are going to uncover as much scam as possible, and I encourage you to uncover the scam as well, because once again, the true victim here is the taxpayer, United States citizen. Hardworking taxpayer. Imagine going to your place of occupation just to find out that the scam has been going on for 20 plus years. Well, the scam is finally being exposed.
How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system? He doesn't care. How many more people are gonna freaking die? How many more people are gonna go homeless? And how many more people are gonna be trafficked in our freaking system?
Smooth. Work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time, boom. One hop this time, boom. Right foot, let's stomp. Pow. Left foot, let's stomp. Boom. Charlie Brown. Boom, 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 boom. Cause I ain't doing that. Order.
Motherfuckers ain't in love with the game. Y'all don't respect the game. That's why y'all never beat the game.